Welcome to the campus of Wheelersburg High School for tonight's OHSAA second round matchup between the visiting Zane Trace Pioneers and your Wheelersburg Pirates. I'll be your play-by-play commentator, Gavin Race, joined with
Ryan Brown.
Tonight we have the 15-seeded Zane Trace coming in here to take on the the second-seeded Pirates. And going alongside this matchup, there is a game at West tonight, West versus Ironton, and the winner of those two games will play each other in the next round.
So tonight a lot's going to happen coming out of this Friday night to see what happens in the playoffs.
Yes, there's a lot going on, especially in this area. I think Waverly's playing tonight as well, and there's a few other smaller schools playing. But the game we're focusing on is here, Zane Trace versus Wheelersburg. First, talk a little bit about the big three that Wheelersburg has.
Well, you've got your primary scorers. You got Matthew Miller. You got Carter McCorkle coming in averaging 15 points, 10 rebounds, which that's that dual threat that's just precious, you know. And then you got J.J. Truitt, which for several years has been scoring from all over the court and averaging 13 points. And, you know, it's hard to beat more points when somebody has more points than you.
Yes.
And if you're able to score, that means a lot.
Yeah, the Pirates, they've kind of just ran everyone off the floor whenever they played them, besides their one loss, 20-1 on the year, compared to the Pioneers only sitting at 9-11. Common opponents that they've played, they both played Huntington, and Wheelersburg, when they played Huntington, it wasn't even close.
Right.
They blew them out pretty sizably. Zane Trace, it was a lot closer whenever they played them twice in conference.
Well, and they just come off of a win off of a fellow SOC team,
yes,
Northwest. And so coming off of that, they're coming in. And at this point, it's, you know, you're one and done. And so records are all in the past. And tonight's the only night that matters.
Yeah, we got a matchup that we're going to be watching tonight. We got 6'6" Carter McCorkle, who's going to be kind of the paint guy for Wheelersburg. It's what he's been all year. And Kyle Stonerock, and he's a big 6'4" sophomore, and you can just hear it in his name. I mean, He's going to be someone that's not going to back down from a challenge.
Well, it sounds like it's strength versus length when you compare the two.
Yes.
Carter's got so much extension. He's got that wingspan, where this kid's going to be a little stout, strong, and be able to move that body around in the paint. And so you kind of see how that plays out and see if Wheelersburg can spread the court out enough to help down low to eliminate some of that pressure.
Yeah, and you compare these two teams. You got Miller, Swords, McCorkle, Truitt. All four of those guys are pretty capable shooters from the outside, some more than others. Meanwhile, Zane Trace doesn't really have a lot of shooters out around. They're going to get a lot of their points in transition and in the paint.
So they're going to focus on the down low, almost two separate game strategies, really, because you have Wheelersburg with several kids that are going to be able to play out beyond the arc, and then with Zane Trace pushing things down into the paint.
Yeah, and these two teams, first time they've seen each other this year, obviously not many out-of-conference matchups, but they got to see each other this time in the playoffs. Make sure you leave a comment if you're watching on Facebook. We might show it on air, and we might give a comment on it.
And that's always exciting.
Yes. Also, yeah, tell us where you're watching from, because we always love to hear that. Tell us if you're watching from here in the Berg. Maybe you're watching up from Zane Trace, or heck, maybe you're watching from overseas. You never know.
Well, I know the times that I've not been able to be in presence at a game and be able to watch these things. It's a great resource, and so I know people from all over that enjoy tuning in and watching these games.
Yeah, 30 seconds left here on the clock. Before we get into this, some keys to the game. Both teams are just going to have to really settle in, because playoff time's obviously a different breed.
Well, like we said, it's all the records are in the past. It's a one and done. It's tonight's the night you got to win, and it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Tonight you've got to come through, and if somebody gets cold, then somebody else has got to be there to pick up that shortfall.
Absolutely. We're going to turn it over to PA announcer Matt Hancock for the national anthem and starting lineups.
And Zane Trace Pioneers, welcome. If you would please stand and remove your hats for our national anthem. officials for tonight's game, welcome you to Williamsburg High School. All fans are asked to respect both teams, players, coaches, and our officials, and each other. Let's respect the game tonight. And let's meet our visiting team, the Zane Pioneers. Head coach, Gary Fellow, his assistants, Denny Hammond, Pat Beard, and DeMarco Washington. Tonight's starters are a guard standing 5'9", number 14, Big Nichols. A 6'4" sophomore, number 15, Zane Robinson. A 6'2" senior, number 21, Trey Miller. A 6'3" sophomore, number 22, Tanner Green. And a 6'4" sophomore, number 44, Kyle Stonerock. And now let's get our starters for your Williamsburg Pirates. He's a senior, forward, 6'2", number 12, Matthew Miller. A junior guard, 6'6", number 13, Eli Swords. He's a senior center, 6'5", number 21, Gordon Corporal. And he's a senior guard, 6'3", number 22, Jay Truitt. And a senior guard, 6', number 23, Dave Atkins.
Welcome back as we are getting ready to get underway here. In the circle is going to be number 22, Xander Ream, jumping with number 21, Carter McCorkle.
You know, we just came out of one of the best parts of living today, the national anthem, into announcing the starters for a high school basketball game. This is America. This is great.
That's what it's all about. Getting underway here. Pirates, they're going to go into their dribble drive offense. Down the lane, Swords can't finish. McCorkle on the offensive board. Set his feet and fire downtown. Eli Swords knocks it down.
We did every part that's necessary. Drive, recover, shoot out, get the shot. We did every part of the basketball game right there.
And it's going to be traveling. Ben Nichols wasn't able to get both feet down. And it's going to be a turnover for Zane Trace. All right, so they're going to be hanging out a lot around that perimeter. Not a lot of down low, post-up opportunities that you'll be seeing.
And we talked about that length versus strength matchup, and we can see that McCorkle's moving all around that paint, and they're trying to find a shot and get where he needs to be.
Another three, no good by Truitt. Coming down the other way is Nichols. Pop out, how about a match it off the back of the iron, no good. And Truitt comes down with a board. And they'll set it down in the corner. Miller now takes a long three off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Robinson. A lot of team basketball is what you'll be seeing from Zane Trace. They don't really have a single player that they like to go to.
And that helps you in games. You're not all dependent on one person to have that depth and everybody working together, because they've been able to move the ball and especially been able to get down the court this evening.
And it's going to put a lot of pressure on the Pirate defenders, and that's going to be Stonerock.
And you can't leave that shot open.
Stonerock on the long two knocks it down. Pirates quick in transition. McCorkle going right back at him. Can't finish. Offensive board by Miller. He can't finish the putback. Brought down by Robinson. And looking for Stonerock, and he can't get it. And it'll be a turnover.
You know, there's one Zane Trace you've mentioned, one player you've mentioned every time. You've got Mr. Kyle Stonerock seems to be a focus of their offense.
Yeah, he's got some good footwork down there, and he's going to make his presence known.
He's working on both ends of the court.
Miller spin around, kick it out to Swords. Working down now, kick corner. Adkins back up Truitt. Can't give him that kind of space. Back iron, no good. McCorkle fighting for the board. Tip out. And
Excellent.
Truitt comes away.
Excellent ball movement and a way to get back in that rebound and push it back down to the paint.
McCorkle will drop it in, and he'll be rewarded with that tip out with a bucket of his own. And Zane Trace back down the other way. Set his feet and fire. Knock it down. That's number 21, Trey Miller.
That was a
from Trey.
quick trigger on that one. He
Miller.
came up ready to shoot.
What a bucket. Now McCorkle on the perimeter. Stone Rock, he's done his homework. McCorkle's been stepping out and hit that three this year. Didn't give him any space to shoot. And they'll reset. Swords pull up, and he's going to draw a foul, and one. Eli Swords on the jump shot.
Now you've got to give us your patented statement. 3 points.
The old-fashioned way. How about that? Look at that. Drawing the foul. It's going to be on number 14, Ben Nichols.
You got to admire the way he kept his composure to get the shot off and a double team with hands in his face.
Yes, and he knocks it down. Swords can't finish the three-point
Coming
play.
through, nice rebound.
And he's going to get his own rebound. Now McCorkle, let it fly. No good off the back iron. Rebound by Stone Rock. And look at this, the big man with some handles, and he can't keep a hold of it. Miller with it, trying to throw it back in, and it's going to be a wild ball. Out of bounds.
We almost lost a referee there. That was a close one.
Nearly. They might have to switch the ball out here. Yep, they will. That's a new rule this year. Ball goes into the crowd, you got to switch it out so the...
Because of the COVID, I bet.
Yep, yes. Most likely.
It could be infested. One thing you can say about this game, it's not going to be slow.
No.
It seems like these two teams have no problem running with the ball.
A usual look that you see with Zane Trace is a lot of slowed down basketball. They're not going to run and gun a lot, but tonight they're going to come in and they're going to say, all right, Williamsburg, let's play your game and see if you can keep up. And that ball's going to be thrown away, but it's going to stay with them.
And I know we're early in the game, but we're going neck and neck. We've got a tight contest.
And Zane Trace, they're going to try their best just to stick with the Pirates. And sometimes it's the best you can do.
And really, it comes down, you go 5 versus 5, but what happens when those players start to work in off the bench? What kind of depth do we have?
And it's going to be saved by McCorkle. Some nice hustle. Miller diving on the floor, gets it to Swords behind the back, and he can't get it. It's going to go the other way.
That was awful pretty if we could have finished.
To quote the Uncle Drew, a nice look at this hustle by McCorkle. To quote the Uncle Drew, $1 million move, 10-cent finish.
People said that about me.
5 hard fouls, right?
Yeah, 5 good hard fouls.
Ball's going to be tipped away by McCorkle, and it stays with Zane Trace.
I like seeing these players going on the ground early in the game. We're not talking about this is fourth quarter, but they're hitting the ground for the ball, trying to, they're hustling.
Hey, it's playoff basketball.
You got to win tonight, you go home.
Yeah, you got a 15 seed coming into the behemoth 2 seeds place, and, they're here to make some noise. Bracket buster. Here we go, transition. Miller will rise up and lay it in. And the Pirates up by 4. Kenny Sanderlin checks in the game as well. Now Nichols out around the perimeter, and they're going to reset. We got a timeout by Zane Trace, and their coach isn't very happy.
Well, they're pushing the ball, and maybe, like you said, they're trying to play a little bit of Pirate basketball, but they've made a few of those errors that have turned into turnovers.
Like this right here, Miller just running in transition, lay it up and in.
And you can't allow an unattended 2-point conversion like that,
Yeah, you got to get back with them. And that's something the Pirates have. They are athletic, they are fast, and they're going to get out and run.
2 things you cannot train.
No.
Speed and size.
Yeah,
and if you have those things, those are just resources.
Quick update. We got 3:50 left at West. 3:50 left in the first quarter. West currently leads the Tigers 10-4.
The Ironton Fighting Tigers.
Ironton Fighting Tigers. Wheelersburg returns to the floor. They're going to stick with the same 5 we had before. Checking in number 25, Carter Hill, for the Pioneers.
And don't forget to leave a Facebook comment if it's a really pithy. We'll use it in the air. It's got to be good, though.
Nichols, he's been running the point all night, and he's been doing very well at it. Driving in, blocked by Carter McCorkle. and Miller comes down with the board.
You know, that Nichols is quick. You can see he moves the ball well. He keeps the ball in front of him.
Pull up mid-range, Swords. He can't finish. Muscle rebound by Kenny Sanderlin, and he'll draw the jump ball.
You've got to admire that offensive rebounding. I mean, because we're getting in there, using those hips, and going up for those balls. If you get offensive rebounds, you're going to play well.
Possession arrow points the way of the Pioneers. Swing over. We got Hill with it. He brings it up, and now they're going to send a quick trap, and it leaves a man open. Trey Miller from the corner, and he's 1 for 2 so far. And again, another muscle rebound by Kenny Sanderlin draws another jump ball.
It's like a couple of linebackers going at it there.
Well, right there, it probably is.
It probably is.
Sanderlin was the standout sophomore linebacker for the Pirate football team, and now he's making his presence known here in playoff basketball. Swinging over, McCorkle sets the screen. Truitt loses the handle, and it's going to be taken away. That's Robinson.
A little chicken wing from 15 there from Mr. Nayland Robinson.
Now they're going to have Mr. Hill do the ball handling, and he'll be picked up by Truitt. This is going to be a test on the Pirate defenders. You can't really hide your weakest link on the floor anymore. You got to, everyone on the floor can hurt you from Zane Trace. They're going to attack with whoever they can.
Well, Zane Trace is physical. And Wheelsburg's going to have to be in transition, quick, getting the ball down the court. And because penetrating that paint's going to be hard because these guys play hard.
Yes, they're not going to leave anything out there because it's play. Look at this, Stone Rock putting it in, beat McCorkle on the block. Nice job by Stone Rock putting it away, and he's got 4. Turnover going the other way. Miller trying to meet him at the rim. Nice play by Eli Swords. Quick in transition, pull up mid-range. That's money from Matthew Miller.
A lot of control right there on that play.
And the Pirates lead by 4.
Now this is something that the Pirates have just started doing, moving out deeper. We'll see how Zane Trace responds to all that pressure.
Miller pull up mid-range, and he knocks it down. He's got 5. Trey Miller on the bucket.
They've been able to get 2 easy shots off the Pirate press. See if they can make the adjustment.
Swords fakes the 3, and now they'll set up their offense. Long 3 now. J.J. Truitt, no good, and that ball's going to hit the floor. You know, it means when the ball hits the floor, good box outs. Shot goes up, and no good by Robinson. Rebound by McCorkle.
Could also mean that the guy who shot it was shooting from the middle school gym.
Oh, that's true.
Looked like a Steph Curry distance there.
No good. Offensive board by Sanderlin on the miss from Miller. And I think it will send Sanderlin to the line.
We've got 10-5 for the West Ironton game going right now. That game's been sitting about the same score for the last few minutes.
Sanderlin first trip to the line, and he'll knock it down. Yeah, that's what you expect from West. We saw them earlier in the year, and they run that chaos 1-3-1, and they're just going to force turnovers and create havoc on that defensive end.
The 1-3-1 was an old Mike Schomburg defense. Oh, back in the day.
Sanderlin will split from the line, and it'll be a 3-point lead for the Pirates. Now they have Nichols with the ball. He'll be guarded by Matthew Miller, point guard on point guard. Looking for Stone Rock on the roll, and it's going to be tipped. Nice play by McCorkle. And Miller trying to intercept the pass, but he's unable to. Steps out of bounds, and Zane Trace will keep possession. An impressive showing by Zane Trace thus far.
Well, the number 14, Nichols, he's definitely their strongest ball handler. I mean, he's definitely quick and been able to attack, but we're still being able to force some turnovers. And Wheelersburg should be able to have a little more distance from Zane Trace than they are right now.
Quick substitution. Nayland Robinson is off. Trey Elder is on. And Aaron Jolly, he'll check in the game for Carter McCorkle. Little size for size switch.
Yeah, I would venture to say Mr. Jolly be playing a little low post.
Nichols, he loses the handle on the ball.
Help.
Sanderlin diving on the floor, and it's a timeout by the Pirates. Kenny Sanderlin laying it on the line.
That's what you got to be. We've talked about it several times. Playoff basketball, you got to be on the floor. You got to be diving wherever the ball is where you've got to be.
Who wants it more?
And the Pirates have been able to to get some turnovers, but at 12 points, they're not converting yet. And so they're going to have to start doing a little better to make any distance between them and Zane Trace.
Yeah, so far, hottest player from the field, Eli Sortes, 2 for 3, 1 for 1 from deep.
And the one shot that he made was very contested, which resulted in the three-point play.
Yeah, and they won. Well, he didn't finish it, but
the opportunity.
Yeah. We'd only refer to it as the three-point play if they finished it.
Maybe he gets some bonus character points.
Yeah. Also, a little tidbit from our guys behind us. Berg has not committed the foul yet.
And still playing very aggressive basketball.
Yes. Playing good, hard defense without sending the Pioneers to the line.
So when Jolly comes in, they're able to kind of transition Miller over into more of a shooting guard spot.
As he knocks down that mid-range shot, and that'll bring his total to 6 on the game. And Pirates are going to put a lot of pressure, force them to put it on the floor. Ream will swing it over, drops it in. Looking for Hill. Hill comes up with it. Pump fake, puts it in. It's Carter Hill on the bucket. Miller from long range, no good. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Wheelersburg leads the Zane Trace Pioneers 14-11.
And here we're able to look at a nice block by...
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lesson.
Hi, I'm Beanie Wells. Whatever the sport, wherever it's played, there's one thing that student athletes, coaches, and fans can all share: sportsmanship. The Ohio High School Athletic Association Respect the Game campaign reminds us that school sports are so much more than wins and losses. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to make school sports a fun, positive, and rewarding experience that student athletes will remember for a lifetime. Every game, every time, let's all respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Welcome back to the campus of Wheelersburg High School. Wheelersburg currently leads Zane Trace 14-11, and similar score elsewhere, 14-10. The Senators lead over the Tigers.
Well, here we go. We got Wendy, Fannin, Perry. Thank you to everyone for all the time and effort you put in to bring the games to all of us at home. You're welcome. It's a joy to be here.
Thank you for the support. Zane Trace getting right back at it. They'll give it in to Robinson as he works against McCorkle. Nice spin move. McCorkle block it from behind.
He stayed on. He got beat on the turn, but he came back for the block.
Sanderling, tough contested finish, and he puts it away.
We'll see if the Pirates can make a ball control adjustment as we come into the second quarter.
Yeah, nice job there. And stumbling is Stone Rock, and now Jolly comes up with it, and they're going to have Nichols pick up a foul in the backcourt. The last place where you want to pick up a foul.
You could definitely say that Zane Trace is going to play a physical style of basketball.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, here's the thing about Zane Trace. They're going to have the mentality of, one, you got 5 fouls, don't take any home with you.
No.
And nice job here. McCorkle misses the bunny in front of the rim, and he can't put it away. But
that's the kind of shot that haunts you when you come back later.
Yes. Long three here. Nichols can't knock it down, and we're going to get it over the back. That's going to be on Nalen Robinson. And spreading the fouls out so far for Zane Trace. Beside Miller, each of the players on the floor each got one. Miller pull up mid-range. That's his shot, and he ain't going to miss it. Matthew Miller from the mid-range.
You know, both teams have about the same number of players that are on the board scoring. They're looking at just 3 or 4 kids that are putting the ball in, and we'll see who's going to fill in that rest of that roster, who's going to make the game happen.
Swing to the corner now. It'll be Miller. He kicks out Robinson. He'll be met by McCorkle. Yeah, they switched that matchup there. Stone Rock, he's going to match up against the 6'1" Kenny Sanderlin, while they're going to have McCorkle step out and guard the perimeter. And look at that. Now Robinson getting down low, and he puts it away.
Well, Sanderlin's going to be willing to throw that body on there. Right? McCorkle's going to be a lot longer, and he's not afraid to jump out there and take those jump shots and even those three-pointers we've seen so far this season.
Yep, now they swing over. Sanderlin set his feet and fire. Knock it down. Kenny Sanderlin from the three-point line.
That was nothing but net. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it was a great shot.
That was a nice shot. I looked like you shoot together.
I wouldn't go that far.
From real close.
Yeah, from about 2 feet, not
Yeah,
22. Nichols, a nice sling pass over. Stone Rock with little pump fake there. Now McCorkle tip it away, and it goes out of bounds. Stays with the Pioneers. Adkins returns.
Nichols has a lot of court vision. He's able to see that guy on the opposite block and get the ball to him in a really hot shot.
Yeah, and it was a nice swing pass.
He's finding his players. Thank you, Linda Brunfield. So good to see you.
Nichols running it up top. He'll be guarded by Jolly. Look at Jolly. He's going to switch onto the much longer Miller. And now they're going to put, with Sanderlin off the floor, McCorkle's going to switch back onto Stone Rock. Nice block. Matthew Miller. And it's brought away by Adkins.
Strong defense. Strong defense.
Running
a lot
quick.
of space.
Carter McCorkle. Whoa, what a bucket. And he puts it down.
He got high on that one.
He looked like he was going to go for a career highlight.
I thought he was going to top it off the back of the backboard, top of the backboard.
Maybe. It was a nice one. It was a nice shot there. Now Miller lets it go, and it's going to miss everything, and McCorkle comes down with the board.
That was McCorkle's first score of the game. But definitely a highlight reel type.
Yeah, it was a great – no, it was his second score. But that was a heck of a bucket. I mean, he got way up there. Check this out. Look at him get up, and he thought about it.
If he didn't have a defender in front of him, we'd have seen ourselves a dunk right there.
Yeah, he really thought about it. And quick shout out to Carter. Earlier this week, he officially signed with Marietta.
Congratulations.
Getting underway here.
He's not just a good athlete. He's also a very intelligent student and capable.
And no good on the shot by Robinson. And there's a foul off the ball. I think it's going to be on Nichols, I believe. We got a substitution. We're going to see Braden Gerald checking the game for the first time. Yeah, that's going to be on Nichols. It'll be his his second.
Yeah, that's one player I don't think they can afford to see get in foul trouble.
Yeah, and he'll head to the bench now with his couple of fouls. Miller will bring it across the timeline. Nice defense here by Carter Hill, forcing Miller to pick up his dribble. Pirates working up, not afraid to work around the perimeter. Now they find Sword, set his feet and fire. No good, but there's McCorkle tracking the rebound. Floater up, no good. It was kind of a wild shot. And coming back down, it'll be, looks like Hill is going to take over the point guard duties while Nichols is off.
And Williamsburg's not afraid to take that outside in. They take a three. The next shot, they're slashing right to the basket. Don't let somebody get accustomed to where they are.
Yeah, and you saw on that drive, it looked like Truett might have had some options around the perimeter. I mean, you saw, I think it was McCorkle and might have been either Swords or maybe Adkins spotting up.
Well, sometimes when you get close to that rim, it's hard to see other people. that basket gets real big.
Real big. Right now, Miller, he'll swing over Swords. He's played himself a nice game here so far. Working down, banging in the posts, and it's going to be tipped away. And they'll swing over, and it'll be Miller who will bring it, or Hill. Up top, they swing over, looking for Miller, and it's going to hit the line. Pirates take possession.
Pirates have created a little bit of distance now as they've moved into the second quarter, developed a 10-point lead, and they've had a little better ball control. And so they haven't had some of those things come back to haunt them.
Miller will bring it up. He is going to look for, he kind of did that crossover move that he likes to do, looking for that elbow shot. He wasn't able to find it. Now they go Atkins in the corner, and they're going to give him a lot of space. You see Robinson, he's not even going to step out there on him. Step back. Oh, what a find by Matthew Miller.
That's court vision. That's finding the player where he's at, and a great cut by Gage Saggers.
Atkins.
Right.
Yeah, it was a nice step back move. Miller looked like he was about to shoot it, and he just did a little fling pass down low to the block.
And he had 2 guys on him.
Quick dump off pass, and they'll reset up top. Now they got Ream with the ball. He goes over to Robinson. Robinson, a pull-up shot. It's going to hit off the backboard, no good. Miller running quick in transition, pull-up mid-range. Hey, that shot's money. He ain't going to miss that often.
You pull up with a lot of control. That's a skill to be able to stop and control that shot.
30-second timeout. Let's take a look at this. Miller just running in transition. Couple shuffle steps, knocks it down.
And that was an even fast break. That was a 2-on-2. And so he had to make some adjustment, and he made the right one.
Quick score update. The West Senators lead over the Ironton Tigers now only by 1, 18-17.
Ironton's had a strong comeback.
Yeah, they've
the last few minutes.
They've had a couple adjustments during the break. Hey, Miss Belford. How's it going? Shout out to Miss Belford. She's been someone that's helped us out a lot this year with our stat crew.
Very important person around here.
Yes. She's the one that actually teaches our class, so we are able to do all of this. So.
And by the way, those of you who've watched these games all the way from football and volleyball into basketball, give a big shout out to all these young people and the staff that are working with the MIT and broadcasting this. They've had a big load, and they've done a great job over the last year.
Nichols, he'll return to the game, and he'll move it over to that right side. And now they kind of have their primary ball handler back out there. Now Robinson, he's going to work out down low. Shot goes up, no good. Tip around. Who's going to come away? It's Truitt. He finds Swords.
Got the 2-on-1.
Going up with it. Swords can't finish. Rebound by Miller. Quick outlet. Robinson one-on-one with McCorkle, and they'll get him on a travel. Nice job.
If that was not a travel, that would have been a nice way to get back and block by Mr. McCorkle. Standing strong, not making the foul.
Miller's going to slow it up now. Pirates up by 14 here late in the second. McCorkle sets a nice, good screen. Truitt stumbling around, can't keep the ball in his possession. And Nichols trying to run out, and we'll get a foul. That's going to be on Eli Seward, or no, Atkins. And he'll pick up his first. I believe that's the Pirates' first foul. So, minute 58 left here, and they finally pick up their first foul of the half.
Zane Trace currently has 4.
Yeah, physical basketball, but they're not really calling a lot of fouls.
They're letting them play, and it seems to change a little bit when you get into playoff basketball.
Yeah, you got to let the guys play because they're going to be bringing everything they got. We got an offensive foul. That's going to be on Robinson. And
that should put us at 5.
Yeah, and that will. And looks like the officials are going to have to separate those two. So now Pirates up by 14. Minute 42 left. Now at this point, just no reason to be forcing up anything. Just maintain your lead.
Well, you want to play fundamental basketball. If you make mistakes, you give them an opportunity to capitalize on your mistakes. It's ball control. Put the ball in the hoop. Don't turn it over.
Truitt getting down the lane, and he'll draw another foul. That's going to be on 15, Nayland Robinson.
He keeps driving in, and he's finding a wall down there when he gets to the paint.
And that's going to be 3 on Robinson. And he's someone that's he's big for them. I mean, Pirates are 1 foul away from the Buzz. Now Miller, nice find. McCorkle rise up. And 1. And they're going to get Nichols for the foul. And it'll send him to the line. He has a chance to get 3 points.
That was a nice cut, and
nice
now
design.
We'll see if we can make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, he's been really good at these all year so far. 2 blocks, 4 boards, and 6 points. And he gets 3 points. The old-fashioned way. We got a timeout by Zane Trayson. Or no, we got a technical foul. It's going to be against the head coach of Zane Trace. Seems like he wasn't very happy with the foul earlier on McCorkle. Now they're going to send Miller to the line to shoot the technical free throw. I thought we were going to have a timeout right there.
Well, you hate to see a technical foul come into it.
And Miller's going to take his 2 freebies. The Pirates move ahead 31, maybe 32 here if he knocks him down. One for one. So the Pirates will take possession as well.
And that Pirate lead's been extended now. We go into the quarters just a few points, and now we're 31-13. And they've kept control, no turnovers. And we now just have West going up 21-20 over Ironton after being tied.
And Miller's going to save the backcourt, but they're working in transition. Miller, swing over, long 3 by Ream, no good. And it's rebounded by Matthew Miller. Coming down the other way, Matthew Miller, nice Euro step, 1-foot floater, puts it in. Matthew Miller on the bucket.
Your stronger players tend to find the ball and do something with it. They are your playmakers.
Coming down the other way, Nichols working down low. He can't finish. Rebound by Gage Atkins. Throw it ahead. Going up hard. Can't finish. Swords trying to get the tip in and can't. Xander Ream with the rebound.
I think he was hoping for a foul on that layup, and they pulled themselves back, and we'll see what happens next. Nice way to break up the play by Mr. McCorkle.
And it'll stay with the Pioneers. Looks like we're going to have a switch here. Carter Hill returns to the game. Pirates lead by 20 now, and this lead has just ballooned here in the second. Pirates outscoring them. Pirates outscoring the Pioneers 21-2 here. Euro step, Miller looking for the floater shot, can't get it, and it'll go the way of the Pioneers.
It's amazing James Harden's impact on high school basketball players.
Well, a lot of players watch guys like James Harden, Steph Curry.
I'm just glad to see these two teams taking some shots inside the paint, and it's not all 3-pointers tonight.
Well, you got some old-fashioned basketball that's being played out here tonight.
Some teams have Steph Curry-itis. Great steal, quick
Matthew
hands.
Miller running in transition, puts it up and in. Matthew Miller on the finish. And that'll do it for the first half. Wheelersburg running away with it, 35-13 at the half. We'll be right back with the halftime show. 35.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard. I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to throw on my uniform after school.
Hi, I'm Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. From the youth leagues all the way up to the NHL, sportsmanship is one thing that we can all have in common. The thrill of competing is great, but how we compete is important. Sports can teach kids so many more lessons than just winning and losing, and we can all make this experience a positive one that builds character and makes memories that last a lifetime. In the stands and on the ice, we can all do our part to make this a great event. Together, let's all respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Hi, I'm Will Trapp from Columbus Crew SC. Playing soccer for my high school team helped me reach my goal of playing in the MLS and included winning a state championship. That's a thrill I will never forget. But please remember that how we play the game is just as important as wins and losses. Sports can teach kids so many life lessons, and we all have a part to play in making this a positive experience that builds character. In the stands and on the field, let's all do our part to respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to ohsaa.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Ohio learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Berg Sports Network halftime show. Let's take a look at some team stats. Wheelersburg shooting about 50% from the field compared to the Pioneers 30. Pirates 2 of 8 from 3. Zane Trace trying to match them from the line, but they're only 1 of 7. And the real difference has been just check out the rebounds and the fouls.
Well, you out-rebound somebody, especially as many of those as were offensive rebounds. You keep the ball on your side of the court, you're able to extend that lead, and that's what the Pirates have been able to do.
Yeah, and the Pirates, they played very well, especially in that second quarter. They outscored Zane Trace 21-2 compared to 14-11 in the first quarter.
And like you mentioned with the fouls, the Pirates didn't get their first foul until they were almost completely through the second quarter.
Yeah, there were 2 minutes left.
And with Zane Trace having 7, of course, this was a very physical game. And when you go 7-1 on fouls and 21-11 on rebounds, then the Pirates have a real identifying for advantage.
Yeah, Pirates up by 22 here, but a lot of people are like, oh, Pirates up by 22. All right, let's go ahead and flip the channel. But, I mean, you had the game Wednesday night. The girls were playing New Lexington, and they were up by 17, and all of a sudden turn around the fourth quarter, and oh, my gosh, it's a 2-point game.
Exactly. You got to play hard. But we can see some highlights now, right?
Yeah, let's check out some highlights from the first.
Some of the great game.
Real quick, though, 25-24 is your score from West High School. They lead over the Tigers. Check this out. Swords and 1 on the jumper. It was a nice bucket there by him. He had 5 early on.
That was one of those boom goes the dynamite, and he had the opportunity to hit that layup, and he hits it.
Yeah, Miller had a good job. And look at this block by Eli Sword.
And he kept his body off. That was a strong play.
Yeah, and then Miller hitting his automatic mid-range. and then McCorkle from behind just kind of took that one away.
And here's Mr. Sandelin on the drive, and
physical finish, showing that linebacker in him. And this
nice
one,
no look.
McCorkle, ooh, that could have been
the big one right there. We could have seen a nice dunk. How many times have we seen Matthew Miller make this play tonight?
Yeah, that's something we've been saying all year. That mid-range shot is just automatic for him.
Drive, pull up, shoot from 8 to 10 feet, boom. Go Bird from Florida.
Oh, Florida. Didn't we wish we were all there a couple weeks ago?
We've got a national audience tonight.
Yeah, in Wheelersburg, they played really well tonight.
Ooh, Gavin, you are silky smooth. We all know that Gavin's silky smooth.
Appreciate it, Mr. Eaton. Thanks for helping us. And shout out, Mr. Eaton. Thanks for helping us out with the stats tonight. Thus far tonight, it's been a nice job by the Pirates. Miller leading the way individually, 15 points. McCorkle has 7. And something you brought up during the break, Truitt hasn't found himself a bucket yet.
He's not on the board yet, and so he's had some driving penetration opportunities, but just hadn't been able to finish that. And really, it's because Zane Trake's been playing physical on him. They've been putting the bottom on him right at the beginning.
Yeah, it's something I've noticed. It's just kind of a lot of times when teams come in to play Wheelersburg, they see J.J. Truitt and they're like, man, he's been a 4-year starter.
Right.
He was a part of that team with Tanner Holden and Trent Soward, that team that went all the way to the regional final. And they're going to be like, we need to stop him or he's going to be a problem.
Well, he's a known quantity.
Yes.
And he has been solid, and he is consistent. He's able to play deep. He's able to play close, and he's able to have a big impact all across the court. And fortunately, the Pirates have a number of players that are able to fill those holes.
Oh, yeah.
It's where if it was J.J. Truitt all by himself, maybe he's scoring 25 a game. But when you have so many options, that's really helping the whole team out.
I mean, Truitt's able to – there's been some games where Truitt's just decided, I'm not really shooting that well tonight. I'm just going to pull a defender over to the corner with me. I'm going to pull someone up top with me and let the McCorkles and the Millers and the sort, let them go to work. Let them get their buckets.
Well, and his pressure, because he's been driving, penetrating. His pressure is opening up the outside for a number of these other players to take some higher percentage deep shots.
Not to mention his defensive impact. I mean, he's consistently been guarding the best player on the opposing team all year.
He has, and you've been able to see some power coming from the Pirates from guys like Mr. Adkins and Carter McCorkle. They've been playing with these bigger kids and really playing strong with them. Not just using that length versus strength battle we talked about, but they're putting the shoulder and playing hard.
Yeah, and it's been no quit from the Pirates. They came out in that second quarter and just ran away with it. And anyone that's watched the Pirates this year knows that usually when they come out and just run away with it is the third quarter. So who knows what we could see here.
Well, like we talked earlier, 2 things you cannot train, and that's size and speed. And the Pirates have been able to utilize their speed, but they've been able to control that ball, just like we talked about with Matthew Miller on several of those pull-up jump shots. He's been able to do that. And when he's penetrated and hasn't taken that shot, he's found Eli Swords out. And he's had folks like Aaron Jolly to help move the ball around. And they've been able to create a lot of space on that court. When you do that, you're able to see good things happen.
We're getting underway here. The Pirates, they'll break their huddle, and they'll return to the floor with their 5 starters. And we can assume much of the same will come of the Pioneers. And this is a half where if you're the coach of the Pioneers, you just tell those boys to go out there and leave whatever they got left.
Well, we've got 16 minutes of basketball, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what adjustments they make.
And it'll be Matthew Miller. He'll be the one to bring it up, and he swings it over now. Truitt's going to look to get on the board right away, and he'll draw a foul. Or no, it'll be knocked out of bounds. So a nice block there by Miller.
And that's him just penetrating, slashing, attacking.
Creating what he can. He'll get it in. Swords, pump fake, driving left, going up with the right now, and he can't finish. Rebound by Stone Rock. And Nichols will bring it down. And McCorkle will step out and he'll defend up front. Nice move there. It's going to be number 22, Xander Ream. He's got some good handles on him.
They've got some young men that can play. Of course, Mr. Nichols seems to be their strongest ball handler, and he's slashing.
We got a foul on the floor, and that's going to be on Eli Swords.
So the first half, you get one Pirate foul, and now we're already in the Pirate foul. Let's see if they can keep their hands and their bodies where they need to be.
Here's McCorkle going up with the floater, and he can't finish, but he'll head to the line, and with a chance to knock down 2 free throws. That's going to be on number 15. And, that's Niall Robinson's 4th. Or Nayland.
Nayland. He be nailing.
McCorkle stepped to the line. First one up.
We'll see if Mr. McCorkle will be nailing these free throws.
He's 2 for 2 so far with that one. He's got 8 points. So Robinson, he's going to head over to the bench, and he'll take a break for a while. With 4 fouls, I mean, not much you can do. Second free throw up, no good. And he's 2 for 3 now. Now with it, swing over. It'll be Ream, defended by Miller. Nice job, Miller will knock it away.
Anticipate the ball.
Coming away with it, Miller rise up with the left hand, and he puts it in.
That puts him at 17, which is an incredibly strong performance at this point in the game.
He's played well, and he had, I think he had 13 at the break.
He had 15 at the break.
15 at the break, and nice play there by J.J. Truitt, swatting the ball away, and he comes down with the rebound. And I think we had a foul. It's going to be in transition on Nichols. That's his 3rd. You got to think he might be heading to the bench. Or no, we got a technical foul. Yeah, it's going to be a technical foul. It's going to be on number 14, Ben Nichols.
And this is 2 technicals with Zane Trace. They got to keep control of this.
And Miller, he misses the first, so he'll go ahead.
With his father's watchful eye just right there at the free throw line.
Check out that stat line. He's been filling up the stat sheet tonight.
Well, he seems to have been the primary activity for the Pirates this season.
Yeah, 4 assists, 5 boards, 5 steals. I mean, 5 steals, that's pretty impressive.
A lot of people downtown don't have 5 steals.
Now, Swords be the ball handler here as they'll move Miller off the ball. Now they'll work him in that pick and roll. How about a pick and pop to McCorkle? Set your feet and fire. Carter McCorkle off the front of the rim, no good. And they're going to grab Adkins for a foul.
It is amazing to me how high school players have no qualms with shooting from 2 or 3 feet behind the line now.
No.
I mean, let's just take the tallest guy on the court and let's put him out there in left field and let's see what happens.
Yeah, and I think that's just with the evolution of basketball that we've seen in the last 10 years.
Well, the three-pointer has become the butter on your biscuits.
Yes. I mean, it's just something it's kind of been the change of the game, and kids watching their favorite players at home are seeing them, as we got a nice bucket there from Stone Rock, but they're seeing their favorite players shooting from 30 feet out and knocking it down, and they just want to imitate that.
Yeah, they just kind of switch up zip codes mid-game, you know.
They're going to look for McCorkle. He's calling for the ball there. Rise it up, put it in. Carter McCorkle, and he's in the double digits. You saw him there. He's just kind of bouncing at that free throw line like, give me the ball.
He didn't. He said, give me the ball.
Let me go to
an
work.
Animal, and I want fed.
And he's played very well. He's got 10 points. Pull-up mid-range shot by Johnson, and it's no good. And we're going to have an off-the-ball foul. And that one's going to be against Adkins, and it's his 3rd. And I'm wondering if we'll see a switch up here. Yeah, they're going to get him for going underneath the arm.
He seems to be the Wheelsburg basketball defensive end.
Yeah, and that's going to be a knockdown shot. That's number 13, Trey Elder, with the bucket. Miller coming down, sizing up on Nichols. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound by Adkins, and they are reset now. Now, down the lane, J.J. Truitt, he's on the board.
There we go. And he's been making that drive all night.
Yeah,
to get that clear direction to the basket.
And he's had guys collapsing on him all night. We're going to have a foul there, and we're going to have 2 shots for Mr. Ream. And that's going to be on Carter McCorkle. It's his first. And for someone like Carter McCorkle, who's constantly down low, banging in the post, for him to only have 1 foul thus far is pretty good by his standards.
Especially as much as he's been all over the court. I mean, he's been not just banging around in the post. He's been moving out into the three-point range and those short-range jumpers and getting a lot of rebounds.
Pirates, they're going to pull their bigs off, and they're going to put a couple new ones on. Sanderlin, Lawson into McCorkle, and Atkins.
We currently have 3 Pirates with 4 rebounds. Matthew Miller, Carter McCorkle, and J.J. Truitt.
And that's
the boards.
And that's something you see from them. It's just a lot of team rebounding, not one guy. Like, you're not just going to have McCorkle down there grabbing every single rebound.
Right.
Now, Truitt sizing up again. How about 2 in a row going underneath, and he can't finish, but it's brought in by Lawson. Now he goes Sanderlin. He's going to play physical down there, and they're going to get him for a travel. And it's going the way of the Pioneers.
Well, some people like to travel, but we haven't been able to for the last year.
Yeah.
That's the only time you get a chance.
Well, in this case, it's probably not the best thing to do.
Oh, okay. So you're against that. All right, I understand.
Well, now they're going to go tipped away. Miller trying to get out in transition, not able to. Now Stone Rock will draw the foul. And he'll get up by himself.
He didn't want the hand.
No, working against Lawson there, just trying to out-muscle. And he draws the foul, and he'll head to the line and shoot a couple. I mean, just look at Mr. Stone Rock there. He is a sophomore. He's no slouch of a player.
He's a big, stout kid, and he's definitely a focal point for the Zane Trace team.
Looks like he missed his teammate on the high five there. Second one.
Maybe that's part of his routine.
Maybe. He's going to be too strong on back-to-back free throws, and that's going to be a board from Truitt. Now down low, Lawson, he's left alone on the block, but he's going to have to kick out. Miller, long 3, knocks it down. Matthew Miller.
Plus 20. He's at 21 for the night.
Matthew Miller with his first three-pointer of the game. And
we've got some separation here now. Remember, we're 46-19, and Pirates are all ball control from here on out.
Yeah, no reason to force up anything unnecessary. Because even though it's against what I want, there's no shot clock in high school basketball. So Pirates could just take some air out of the ball if they wanted to. Shot there was missed by number 10, Austin Eisen. Miller, he'll set it up, and the Pirates, they are going to take some air out of the ball here. No rush. Kick out, Miller. Well, he's going to let it fly. He's feeling it, but he's not able to knock it down. Rebound by Eisen. Coming the other way. He'll pull up in transition, trying to get some Mo back in favor. Not able to. A nice bounce pass ahead, and Sanderlin puts it down.
You talk about strong transition. To get a forward to the other end of the court for an easy layup. That's people staying on it, being aware.
3:14 left. Zane Trace will swing it around. Stone Rock working around the perimeter. Now with it up top is Trey Elder. He'll give it over to Eisen. And a little miscommunication. Eisen's able to get down near the paint, but he'll have to reset it. Now they're looking into Stone Rock, and it's going to be tipped away, and misses the shot, and Stone Rock wasn't even looking. He was looking away there on that play.
Well, I think they'd kind of given up on the play. They thought the play was over. Surely a Pirate was going to get that, and they never thought a Zane Trace guy would get it.
And Jolly, he'll check in here for Swords. And like you said, it might move Miller over to that secondary ball handler role.
Well, you've got Jolly. He's definitely a ball control guy. He can handle the ball. He's quick as a cat.
Low to the floor.
Low to the floor.
Yeah, he's done a really good job this year of playing team first basketball. And coming from a team sport where he's having to work with a lot of guys in soccer, he's very
Which
well.
He's had a tremendous soccer career here at Wheelersburg.
Yeah, and he's able to transition that to how he plays the game of basketball. A lot of ball handling, shifty movement down there, and he's able to find his teammates and create a lot of plays. And
push off.
It's going to be a push off, and Mr. Elder just kind of flung up a shot there, seeing maybe he can get a continuation foul.
We'll see what happens.
They're going to take it out on the baseline now. Set the screen. They'll run it out now. Lawson playing some nice defense on the perimeter, and Miller will take it away, and he'll add another steal.
That slash in front of that ball, that was so good. That was like Miss Weisenberger's English class.
Can't say I know.
That was back before you were born. Yeah.
Can't say I know much about that.
But there are some old timers that are watching this evening that I'm sure are Mrs. Weisenberger's English class.
Can't say I know much about her English class, but I know about Mr. Pastor's English class.
Mr. Pastor's. I know Mr. Pastor's English class too. Yeah, there you go. We're getting shout outs for Mrs. Weisenberger.
Working out on the perimeter, they go to Gerald. Nice defense here. Jonah Lawson running out, and he'll have to reset there. A nice job. Lawson pull up mid-range, rattle around, and it falls. Nice play. Jonah Lawson, the senior.
That was a end-to-end play. That was so good, it was like a Paul Keller chemistry class.
Oh, here we go. Well, if you're a former teacher of Mr. Brown here, hope you're listening out because you might get a shout out.
This is your shout out.
Turnover against Zane Trace. Wheelersburg will take possession, and it's going to go into the crowd. We'll have to switch out some basketballs. Jolly will be the one to take it out, and now Miller will bring it across. Minute 33 left here.
You know, that takes a lot of pressure off of Matthew Miller to have that extra ball handler out there.
Set his feet and fire. Aaron Jolly off the back iron, no good. Lawson with the board. How about a 4-0 run by himself, Jonah Lawson?
He's coming in, making an impact, and we're sitting at 52-19. And this is a team game now. We're getting some guys some quality playing time. They're making an impact.
Now it's taken away again, running it out. Matthew Miller going up with his offhand, the right hand, and he puts it in.
Puts him at 23 points and 5 boards and 5 assists for the evening.
In the final minute of the third quarter, and we're going to have a long overdue timeout from Zane Trace, and we're going to take a break on this full timeout. 54-19. Wheelersburg leads.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for the wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Welcome back to Wheelersburg High School. Wheelersburg has ran away with it here in the third quarter. In the last two, they have outscored Zane Trace 40-8. So, yeah, let's take a look here real quick. Shout out Mr. Matthew Miller. Check out this stat line that he has thus far. Look at this. 23 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 7 steals.
He's closer to getting a double-double on steals than he is rebounds or assists. That's amazing.
I don't know why you're talking about double-double. How about a quadruple-double?
How about a quadruple-double?
I mean, I don't know how many times that has been done in a high school basketball game, let alone basketball in general.
Yes.
And we're gonna have a clock reset here. Yeah, Wheelersburg's up by 30, but I think the clock operator forgot that it was the. Oh wait.
Just from time to time, we run the clock down.
It might be a running clock. Maybe that's a playoff rule.
Yeah.
Throwing it down. Look at this. How about that? Matthew Miller tip back pass.
Playing 21, you're back to 0.
Yeah, Matthew Miller, a tip back pass to Mr. Sanderlin. And Miller with another steal. That's number 8. Long three. How about this? Oh! Matthew Miller.
I just saw that. Did you see that?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Matthew Miller is incredible. He's got 26. Let's take a look. He is absolutely invincible. 3/4 of the floor knocks it down. How about that? Oh, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's something you'll tell your grandchildren. I saw that one game.
That is incredible.
Right after his 8th steal.
He shot that thing all the way from Birmingham, Alabama.
Maybe even from Birmingham, England.
It might have been. Whoa,
back at
man.
the old shipyard. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh, what a night he's having.
So we're looking at a 40-point game right now with Zane Trace.
Whew.
They kept it close that first quarter.
I'm sorry. I need
to sit down?
I need to catch my breath.
Are you okay?
That was, woo. Oh my goodness! Yeah, go ahead.
For those of you who are watching, you're going to have to give Gavin a moment. He's verklempt, I think, is the proper word, and he's awfully excited. But when you shoot from 2 or 3,
yeah, it wasn't all
away.
It wasn't all.
I think we're watching the West Senators 43-39 over Ironton. I think they may have shot that from West Gymnasium.
I mean, maybe we gotta ask someone from there. Maybe they saw that shot be let go.
That was from the complex, perchance.
Shoo, that was crazy. And when you're shooting like he is tonight, I mean, you can do that. Going down low, they're gonna put it up, and Robinson's gonna be fouled on the shot, and I think that's gonna be on Atkins, and that's gonna be, I think that's his 4th.
I think that's 4 on him.
Or no, that's going to be on J.J. Truitt. That's his 1st. Yeah, Pirates, they went from 1 foul in the first half to now they got 8. So Zane Trace is going to have a nice look. They're going to have some nice bonus here in the second half.
And this is something that, looking down the road, the Pirates are going to have to work on. You got to keep control of yourself going into that second half.
Yeah, because the Pirates, they're probably more sluggish here in the second half, and just as the players are going by, they're just lunging at them, and it's causing a lot of fouls.
Well, and the game slowed down a little bit more, which has lended to that.
He's hot. Matthew Miller can't hit. No good. Rebound by Robinson. And he'll bring it down. And knocks down the three-pointer. Is that number 21, Trey Miller from 3. Miller, pull up mid-range. No good. Rebound by Nayland Robinson again. Coming down again, it's Nichols. And it's a nice tip, Eli Swords. Running out, Swords. Take it all the way. And he misses the floater. Tip around. Who comes away? It's Gage Atkins. Nice job, Miller.
All over that paint.
Thought about it, going up with it, can't finish. But
go.
a put back by Carter McCorkle.
Back to 0.
Yep, they're going to keep matching tit for tat here. At this point, you got to wonder why some of these starters are still in the game for the Pirates. I mean, the shot goes up, no good. Rebound by Swords. Running away, Miller drops it off. Eli Swords can't finish. And McCorkle will come out with the rebound now. Miller, long 3. No good. And we got a foul. So that'll send Mr. Nichols to the line. It's going to be on Eli Swords.
We get to 5 minutes, we're starting to see some guys off the bench. They're going to come and start getting some playoff playing time.
Yep, we're going to see all 5 come off. Lawson, Jolly, Sanderlin, McKenzie, and Race will check in. The starters off, and they'll get a large ovation from the crowd.
And you put a strong 5 in there.
Oh, yeah.
Your next group, strong 5.
No slouch of a group. I mean, they're good. They got some size, got some shooting.
Cooper McKenzie going up against Mr. Stone Rock. See if we can have some.
He's got some size.
Some banging around in there.
He'll play physical. Nichols' second free throw up and no good. But it's going to be tipped, and it's going to be off McKenzie, so it'll stay here. And it looks like Zane Trace, they'll start rotating some guys in. Let's see. Let's see how quick I can do this. Number 15, Robinson.
And Mr. Nickel out. Got Mr. Stone Rock out.
And
Weisenberger, go Berg.
From the control room. Corner 3, lets it go, no good. Brought in by Cooper McKenzie. He'll throw ahead a bounce pass. Now they go to Sanderlin, and he draws the foul.
While we've got a little time here, I'd like to point out some of these folks. I've not been on many of these games, been fortunate to do a few of them. But for this entire year, so much has been coming out of this MIT class. We've got some credit out here from send Matthew Miller's shot to ESPN. I want to give a shout out to those that are making this broadcast possible. Tom Valance, David Brown, Nathan Sylvia, Pete Newman, Colson Arnold, Aiden Wright, Sarah Senager, Levi Newman. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. Of course, we have Gavin Race here.
Real quick shot good there by number 22, Xander Ream on the drive.
And Jeff Race on the stats.
Yes. Kick out there. Now they give it over, and Jolly, he's going to drive in, take it himself. Can't finish off the front of the rim.
But every time we get to watch one of these games, it's because we've got 8 or 10 people here that are working to make it possible. And so let's not forget all these folks that are doing it on a regular basis.
Braxton Race will drive in and draw the foul. So he'll head to the line and shoot a couple. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got to – let's take a look. We got Colson over there on his camera. And he's talking to our control room there. And we're going to have a couple players exit for Zane Trace. Race, second free throw up, no good. He can't finish. He made the first one, but he missed the second. Now we got Ream up top. He's working against Jolly. Swing it over and reset. Zane Trace playing with nothing to lose this far. Real quick, 45-39 is the score from West High School. West is currently leading. And that's a long three. Knocked down, number 4, Joey Gay.
Look at the smile on that boy's face.
Yeah, he knocks it down from way outside. He's having some fun out there, even though they're down by quite a bit. Nice drive. Jonah Lawson with the finish. How about that bucket?
He made a big fourth quarter impact.
Yeah, he's played very well. We're going to have a substitution here. I don't see who's coming in. I think it's if I saw right, it's number 2, Braden Gerald, checking in. Blocked by the backboard, but we got Mr. Levi Newman on that camera over there.
There we go.
He'll give a little wave. He'll give a little wave as we get back to action here.
High quality freshman impact player for the MIT class.
Joey Gay with the ball. He'll drive left. Guarded by McKenzie, and it'll go out of bounds. And he was running away thinking it was off him, but it'll stay with Zane Trace. And we're going to have a couple players check in for the Pioneers. We got a shot up top. Mr. Aiden right there on our center camera. See if we can get away from him. Maybe. Maybe not. We're going to have a couple more come in. Sanderlin, Jolly, and Lawson are off. We'll see Caden Johnson, Jackson Schwamberger, and Nolan Wright check in for the first time. A couple of younger guys getting some playoff action.
It's such an honor to be a part of the team and then to be able to get this playoff time. This is great for these young guys.
And we'll switch it out here. Running clock. It's not much. You don't see much of a running clock in basketball, do you?
No, you don't. But there was such a breakaway in that second and third quarter.
Oh, what a pass there by Caleb Arthur. Euro step.
Look
Braxton Race put it away. Nice bucket there from Mr. Race. Okay. Little help from behind us here. When it's tournament basketball, if it's a 30-point lead, we'll have a running clock.
So we're at 50 seconds left for this game.
Cooper McKenzie going up with the right hand, and he puts it in. Fundamental layup.
Fundamentals. We put the fun in fundamentals.
We got a freshman checking in. It's going to be Tyler Summer getting some varsity action. He was actually called up to the team here late in the season, so he's going to get some nice action here. And it's going to be jump Jackson Schwamberger running in transition. And he puts it in.
Jump Jackson Schwamberger. I like that.
Nice job, Jackson Schwamberger, with the steal and going coast to coast. And the Pirates lead by 40. Now on the perimeter, it's Caden Stewart driving in. He'll draw the foul. If they want to get these free throws up, they might want to.
I believe that was on Nolan Wright.
Yeah, it's going to be on Nolan Wright. Look at Mr. Stewart hustling up to the line so he can get his free throws up. I think they might
give the man one.
Yeah, I think they'll give him both of them even when the clock expires. First one up and good. Yeah, they'll stop the clock here to let the free throws go. So this will do it. Wheelersburg, it's Stewart, second one up and good, but that'll do it. Wheelersburg knocks off Zane Trace. Survive in advance. 70-32. We'll be right back with the postgame show on Berg Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Beanie Wells. Whatever the sport, wherever it's played, there's one thing that student athletes, coaches, and fans can all share: sportsmanship. The Ohio High School Athletic Association Respect the Game campaign reminds us that school sports are so much more than wins and losses. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to make school sports a fun, positive, and rewarding experience that student athletes will remember for a lifetime. Every game, every time, let's all respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard. I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to throw on my uniform after school.
Hi, I'm Nick Foligno of the Columbus Blue Jackets. From the youth leagues all the way up to the NHL, sportsmanship is one thing that we can all have in common. The thrill of competing is great, but how we compete is important. Sports can teach kids so many more lessons than just winning and losing, and we can all make this experience a positive one that builds character and makes memories that last a lifetime. In the stands and on the ice, we can all do our part to make this a great event. Together, let's all respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Hi, I'm Will Trapp from Columbus Crew SC. Playing soccer for my high school team helped me reach my goal of playing in the MLS and included winning a state championship. That's a thrill I will never forget. But please remember that how we play the game is just as important as wins and losses. Sports can teach kids so many life lessons, and we all have a part to play in making this a positive experience that builds character. In the stands and on the field, let's all do our part to respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Welcome to the Berg Sports Network post-game show for this first round playoff matchup for the Pirates. Let's take a look at some team stats. Wheelersburg shooting a clean 50.8% from the field compared to Zane Trace 38. They were 26% from three, but they made 4. Zane Trace was 30% from three. Pretty even on the free throws, but check out the rebounds and fouls, and that'll tell you the story.
And the steals.
And the steals.
When you have that big a discrepancy, and then 16-8 on the turnovers.
Which, real quick, I want to say, while we pull up some highlights, can we talk about who our player of the game is? As I know it might be shocking, but I think we have to give it to Matthew Miller.
I was thinking Levi Newman, but I'll go with Matthew Miller. I mean, look at the stat line. There's not one part of this game that he did not lead.
Look at that bucket right there. Then he knocks down this three. It was a big one. And then, he had a nice dime here. Look at the stat line. Oh, my. 26, 6, 6, and 8. And then, of course, the play of the night from Birmingham, Alabama. Knocks it down.
I still think it was Birmingham, England, but that's all right.
Whew, it was a great shot nonetheless, and he played incredible. Just check out this one again. Driving in, up with the left hand, McCorkle on the putback.
McCorkle.
He didn't have no slouch of a game either. 12-5 on the night for him. Look at that finish there. Braxton Race on the.
Pirates ended up with 2 players in double figures. And a lot of that was eaten up by Matthew Miller just playing a strong game tonight.
Yeah.
But then Zane Trace, they had 8 scorers. They had 8 scores. They didn't score a lot, but they had the ball in a lot of people's hands.
Yeah, it was a great game. Before we go, West has started to pull away a little bit. They lead by 13, and the winner of that game will be coming here on next Tuesday.
So it looks like we may have the Pirates versus the Senators coming
Part
to
three.
us. Part 3 coming to us here.
Unless there's a comeback. But nonetheless, that'll do it. Wheelersburg knocks off Zane Trace. They win 70-32. I'm Gavin Race.
And I am one of Miss Weisberger's biggest fans, Ryan Brown.
Have a good night, and we will see you next Tuesday for our final basketball broadcast of the year.